Oh my goodness. Welcome to Transformational Tuesday, huh? How's everybody doing? Oh my goodness, what a week it's been. Can you believe we're already halfway through February? Like, what has happened? I feel like I say that every week. Is it just me? All right, well, I'm psychic medium Samantha Faye. I'm so thankful that you have chosen to take the time to join me today. We are going to be tuning into the cards here. Now, I have the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck here with John Holland, but yeah, we'll go with these guys. As I've mentioned, these particular cards, this deck is actually something that I hold really, really near and dear to my heart. This was a deck that I had for myself for a while that I absolutely did not use with anybody else. In fact, I didn't even let anybody else touch them for a while. So these cards I absolutely love. They've offered so much guidance, so much insight. I love them because they also offer just different insights as to the light and the shadow. It isn't all just light, light, light. Some of those other decks that are all positivity, I feel like it's like, well, let's focus on maybe what we can work on, what we have to work on. Hi, Deepak. Hi, Lori. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining me this morning. So I have a little bit of a vulnerable share. Yesterday was one of those days where I spent a lot of time crying. It was definitely a breakthrough day. It was one of those, have you ever felt, type in the comments here and just kind of join me on this one, but have you ever been through those stages in your life where you're moving through life, things are going smoothly, but you just kind of feel a little bit numb? Like you feel like there's just something that's a little bit off that you just can't really get to and you don't really know, but you know that it's there. Let me know if you've kind of been through this or if you've gone through that or if you know what I'm talking about, because recently that is what has been going on for me. And I feel like it has been happening because I've been so busy. I've been keeping myself busy. And so I haven't been able to do my own work, my own personal inner work. And so yesterday it was like it all came to a head. And I finally had that really intense and beautiful breakthrough. And so there's a new perspective. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because I think it's really important for us to know that, especially on the path of growth, and I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but especially on the path of growth, like we find these pockets, and I know that a lot of people would rather not do the work. They'd rather stay stuck in their pain. They'd rather not change their behavior. They'd rather just keep going, keep complaining, keep thinking that life isn't going to get any better. But the point is that the only prescription for the pain is the pain. And so when you allow yourself to actually feel those pockets that you've been running from, or you feel those emotions that you've tucked away and hidden in tiny little corners, when you let yourself actually experience the pain that you've been running from, guess what? It dissipates. It completely goes away. It dissipates. Yes, feel the feels, Jen, exactly. But when you let yourself do that and you let yourself go into it, so many more doors open for you. So that's really what this is about. Well, that one came out. It is about looking at what it is that you have to offer for yourself. It's looking at where you are not letting yourself be honest with yourself about what's going on in your life, the choices you are making. And then when you are actually honest with yourself, what doors are going to be opening? All right. Oh, there we go. All right. So this is going to be a past, present, future reading here. We got the past here. I love this. This is well-deserved reward. Usually we like to see this one right on the last card, but the well-deserved reward. Your well-deserved reward has everything to do with you speaking up for yourself and you speaking up for your own truth. Loki's speaking up for himself right now. He'd rather be outside. Hey. All right, so this well-deserved reward is really signifying what you can offer for yourself by looking into your pain points, by looking into yourself. So the well-deserved reward is really, really, really about you giving yourself permission to see what's behind that numbing spot, behind that numbing pain, or behind what it is that you are not allowing yourself to see. So, as for most of you who've been following me for a while, know that for me, one of my things is alcoholism. I've been an alcoholic since I was 14 years old. And so one of these things that I've learned through not just my own addictions with it, but also through experiencing the addiction with other people and through other people, is that I oftentimes find that the alcohol is only a symptom. Alcohol isn't the problem. It's not the problem at all. Alcohol is a self-medication. Alcohol is what blankets or what numbs. Now, in our culture, in our society, alcohol is so incredibly socially acceptable that it makes it really challenging for people to actually see what it is that they're numbing. Now, for years, right? For me, when I was, 14 into my early 20s, I wasn't ever, I'm an alcoholic, but I like to say that I drank for fun. Now, when I finally started to be aware of myself and aware of my triggers and aware of what I was actually running from, all of the pain starts to surface. So what is people's normal reaction when the pain starts to surface is they go back to drinking. And it can be very unconscious. Now, I'm using drinking and alcohol because it is a very obvious example of numbing. People can numb through food. People can numb through polyamory, multiple relationships, dating lots of people at one time, hiding from their own insecurities. Like, these things come up for you to see yourself more clearly. So this well-deserved reward is what is below what you are numbing. It is what is below that. So this is what it looks like. You've got numbing here. You've got the core, the problem, the pain here. And then what is below that or behind that is the reward. That is the breakthrough. That is the freedom. That's the internal liberation. So there are layers to this personal growth process that have to happen in order for you to be able to see yourself more clearly. I love this. So we get well-deserved reward. What's the next one? Refusing to see. So what is it in your life that you are refusing to see? What is it that is in your space that you are actually refusing to let yourself see? You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it at all. And oftentimes this is exactly what our ego does. Our ego protects us. So it's not a bad thing. Our ego isn't doing bad things for us, but the ego protecting us, the ego getting in the way, that ego of acknowledging that either you're better than taking care of yourself, you're better than speaking up for yourself, you're better than, and all of these things. So our ego actually, the strength actually becomes our main block. So that's what's happening right here, is your strength is actually what is covering. Remember, it's like you have the symptom, you have the pain, and then once you get past the pain, that's where the breakthrough is, right? But if you can't get past the symptom to even see what it is that you are numbing, to even see what it is that you're hiding from, which I promise you right now, every single person watching this, including myself, has that we don't even know what it is that we're numbing from, because there's layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of this. So when you actually give yourself permission and you stop refusing to see, you might see some things that you really don't like about yourself. You might see some personality traits or some characteristics that you yourself are judging in others. And I'll tell you one thing, here's a big hint on life, is that all of it, all judgment of others comes from a judgment of self. All judgment is a projection. When you get to a place of acceptance, when you get to a place of seeing somebody else in whatever it is that they are doing, and you can just accept that they're living their life and live and let them be, then it becomes a completely different concept. And you can see that you internally have actually given yourself permission to liberate yourself. But if you are refusing to see that, if you're sitting there on your pedestal and you're pointing the finger at other people and you're saying judge, 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 it is oftentimes that which you are refusing to see within yourself. So look into that. Give yourself permission. Take these words and let them just plant a seed. Even if you don't want to start doing the work right away, plant a seed and let yourself start to have permission to see where are you holding yourself back. Because that's what the refusing to see is. When you start to let yourself see, you're actually giving yourself permission for freedom and you're giving yourself permission for healing. And that, my friends, is the ticket to your own internal liberation. That's letting yourself be in the energy, be the person, be the whatever you want to be, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, brother, sister, that you want to be, even the relationship with yourself. Love this too. So the clarity of belief. So we've all heard about belief, right? If you believe it, then you'll see it. Some people like to say, well, I have to see it first in order to believe it. This card is your ticket to being able to see those things that you are not capable of seeing right now. In order to lift the veil for yourself, in order to find clarity, in order to find your freedom, it is really important for you to believe that, one, it is possible for you to heal yourself. This means emotional wounds. It means energetic baggage that we're carrying. And this also means, yes, relationships with others, but also what is possible for you in this world. If you do not believe that it is possible for you to reach your goals, if you do not believe that it is possible, if you are unworthy or that you are undeserving or that you are not seeing the strength that you have, you're not seeing your potential, you're not actually seeing how wonderful and beautiful you are, the belief system right here is the only thing that's blocking you. So it's important for you to find that space of your own beliefs so that you can see what is possible for yourself. That ultimately is what this is about. The clarity of your own belief is what is going to make it possible for you to experience your own freedom. So what is it that you are believing now? Go ahead and type in the comments whether you're watching this now or whether you're watching the replay. But what is it that you believe is possible for yourself right now? This year is a magical year of balance between masculine and feminine. We've heard and we've seen and we've talked about the reawakening of the divine feminine. The reawakening of the divine feminine isn't just the rise of women and women's rights, but it is also the reawakening of the divine feminine in males. That you do not have to be a female to feel this, that men are feeling the reawakening of their own feminine energy as well. So the belief, watching this happen, watching the chain of events that is going to change your life, that's what the clarity of belief is really important to see. So to just go back over for a second, we have the well-deserved reward. And I love that this comes first because the well-deserved reward oftentimes is what gives you freedom to be able to actually start to see what it is that you're refusing to see, right? It's like, as I mentioned, the ego getting in the way. It's like, well, if the ego gets a reward first, then it's like, ooh, goody, I love this personal growth stuff. I want to do this again. And then you go in and you like, you might like faceplate. You might feel like you're getting a wallop. You might be like, holy shit, this is too intense, which totally happens. But let me tell you, the universe is going to bring you rewards to help you keep going, to help you move forward. So as you keep moving forward and as you keep diving into it, it's going to be really helpful for you. So that well-deserved reward is going to be what gives you the insight and the willingness. That's the key here, the willingness to keep going and moving forward. Jen, thank you so much for all of your hearts. I love it so much. Helps keep me going here. Okay, so the well-deserved reward is going to be what opens the door to what it is that you are refusing to see. This is going to be what really allows you to open yourself, to see yourself more clearly, to see what is behind these layers. And why do you think, I'm just going to give you a hint here, why do you think we get into relationships? Romantic, friendships, business, partnerships, all of the above. These people in your life are helping you to see things about yourself that you don't like to see. Whether they are blatantly pointing it out, which oftentimes is a projection from themselves anyway, but it is also because they are there to help you overcome what it is that you are not seeing for yourself. So thank them for triggering you. Thank them for pissing you off. Thank them for opening the door so that you can see yourself more clearly, because that is what we are all here to do. We are in this together. And then the clarity of belief. What do you believe is possible for yourself? When you give yourself permission to start healing, and when you give yourself permission to really start diving in, what do you believe is possible for yourself? You have so much potential. You have so much going for you. Do you know that you actually have already lived the life of your own potential? That spot in the universe is there waiting for you? That spot is already you at your biggest, you at your fullest, you at your most divine potential. My hair is doing all sorts of crazy things here. You at your most divine potential is fully available. That you get to choose to take the steps in that direction that is going to offer you the opportunity, basically. The opportunity is already there. It's just for you to step into it. So believe that it's possible for yourself. Believe that it's there, because you have more than enough room. And some of you, I'm sure here, believe in past lives, but at the same time, like, you've got one shot in this one body that you have. Make the most of it. Make the most of it, because I'll tell you, all the little things you're worried about right now do not matter. They do not matter. You are your reason for being. You as a soul chose to come here to this present time to be able to work towards your ascension. So give yourself permission to do that. 100%. Nobody else is holding you back. You got this. You totally got this. You came here. That was your conscious decision. It was your conscious choice to come do this round cycle of human stuff again. So make the most of it. Take big risks. Jump. When the opportunity is there, take your leap of faith. There's so many things available for you. It's up to you to really just own it. So, with that, I will gladly step down off my soapbox here and just let you know that I am, once again, so incredibly grateful that you're here with me. We've got one more spot open for the Earth Angels program. One more spot. So join in with me. Call me, no, don't call me, private message me, let me know if you're interested, and I will absolutely be happy to send you the application. Once I send you that application, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do an interview with me if I do feel like it is a fit. So if you're interested, it is a full year training program of psychic development, as well as learning how to develop a business, working with clients or also working with larger entities. So, and I mean entities as far as business, not as beings outside of our body. So with that, again, let me know. I also have some new exciting stuff coming up about Morocco. We are doing a retreat there in May. So look out for that live. I'm going to talk all about Morocco and how Morocco changed my life, because holy moly, there's a reason I'm choosing to bring all of us there. So no matter where you live in the world, you can join us in Morocco. And again, send me a private message. I'll be happy to connect. So thank you. Mwah. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime this week. Mwah. Ciao.